Hello YouTube. So this last week I encountered something that was rather annoying, and I thought I'd talk about it. Surprise, surprise, it has nothing to do with politics, which is actually really cool because I wanted this channel to be a little bit more than just politics. Um, no, this is about personal appearance and how people judge you um, on your personal appearance and the kind of assumptions that are made about people when it comes to their personal appearance. This last week, first of all, um, despite my appearance, I actually work in a very conservative industry. I work in aviation. I am an aircraft maintenance technician. I am also a test pilot. I test the airplanes that I do engine work on, or air or control surfaces work on as well. And so it's kind of a conservative field. And one of my goals throughout my life was to be a cargo transport pilot. And it seems like this might actually happen because some openings have opened up in the company that is local. And this would be really awesome if I could get the job. A very, very old friend of mine I've known for a long time, who has also been in aviation for a long time, is an airline captain. He also does instrument work on aircraft, and he was at the shop uh, calibrating the instruments on one of our planes. And a few weeks ago, I told him about my putting in an application with this company, and he asked me. Today, he asked me, I'm sorry, not today, but on this day that he was doing the instrument calibration, he asked me, so if you do get a call from them and they want to interview you, are you going to cut your hair? And my response was, it was actually, it was a very half-hearted, yeah, maybe, because this is something I've wanted to do all my life. I've wanted to fly cargo transport. For a while, I was flying what's called traffic watch in the local area, and I really liked doing that. I didn't like the fact that I was working in the morning doing the traffic watch and then working an 8-hour shift at my shop and then working later in the afternoon doing the traffic watch. But the actual flying, I loved. So my old friend, he asked me a question. I'm going to cut my hair. And later on, it dawned on me just what a crappy question that is to even ask. I'm not condemning my friend. I know what he's talking about because he is an actual airline captain. So I understand where he's coming from, because as I said, the industry and the industry is very conservative. It's got a lot of conservative people in it. Fortunately, the shop I work at is very open-minded. We're liberal. We have, my coworker wears kilts sometimes, that sort of thing. And they know that I'm androgynous and goth and all that sort of stuff. But that said, when my friend asked me this question, it dawned on me that it's kind of screwed up, because if I were a woman, or if I was transitioning to be a woman, this question would not be asked. This question was purely asked because I am male. And for some reason, males in our culture are still expected to have short hair. My response to him, now I remember, was, I really wouldn't want to do that because my girlfriend would probably want to kill me.
Oh, don't blame it on me.
Well, it's true, you'd want to kill me.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to kill you. I have my preferences, of course, but, it's not...
But the point is...
But I'm not going to kill you.
I know you're not going to kill me or anything like that. I was making a flippant comment.
I know. But it makes me look bad.
No, it doesn't make you look bad. The thing is, once again, that question would not have been asked if I was a female or if I was transitioning. And this is kind of something that I have sort of brought up in the past, is how guys are not really permitted to expand their wardrobe into the feminine aisle, especially at work, unless they're trans. Unless they say, I'm transitioning, or they claim that they're trans. And once again, we start getting into an area that's kind of screwed up. But here's something, this was a response on a alternative beauty site, an alternative fashion site, where I talked about this situation. And I've got it up on the screen here, so if my eyes go looking up, that's I'm reading this. Okay, so this is the post I made concerning this person's response. This is an answer to why guys have to have short hair and why men are expected to have short hair for job interviews, when there are no such hair length rules for women. A woman responded with this. This is a woman that's in an alternative style group, and this is what she said. Because nobody wants to hire someone who can't dress themselves. Nobody wants to hire someone who looks like a bum. A customer walks in and sees that, they won't want to stick around. Everything is about appearance. Then she goes on. You can't look dirty, and people associate long hair on guys with dirty or drugged up. I'm stopping there. This is a common thing I've heard. My mom used to say that men with long hair look dirty and possibly on drugs. This is an assumption that is all too fucking common. And it's annoying as hell. When I was a kid growing up, my mom insisted on me having this stupid haircut that had the back of it like formed into what we called a duck's butt. I hated it. But that's what I had to have because I was a boy. I was always asking why girls could have short hair and why guys couldn't have long hair. And I was always told, well, that's how it is. Well, why? Why is it that way? Okay? So, and then here's a person in an alternative style site basically saying what my mom used to say.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
An alternative beauty site if they don't understand that not all...
Well, she's a model. She does modeling of alternative styles and stuff. So that's why she's there.
Yeah, but why she just assume that guys with... Is she assuming that? She's saying other people assume that.
That's something I don't know. I don't know...
Saying that's what they think, not necessarily what she thinks.
I don't know if that's actually her thinking or if that's what she thinks other people think.
Yeah, but she said, oh, you can't... Like, nobody wants to hire someone who can't dress themselves. What does having long hair have to...
Well, that's that was the other funny thing. It's like she was like assuming that I would show up looking disheveled and looking like a bum for a job interview, for a job I want. You know, it's like I've given thought to what will I wear for the job interview, because I would love to be able to have the freedom to wear a dress or a skirt suit or something of that manner with some makeup, not heavy makeup, but I don't have that option. I have the option of three-piece suit with tie.
Is that appropriate? Is that appropriate for a pilot, though? I mean,
well, that's the thing. It's like, okay.
Who wears a three-piece suit to fly?
Well, I don't mean a three-piece suit, but I mean an interview suit, you know. Exactly. Pilots wear uniforms, and that's understandable, unless you're flying for a cargo transport company where the passengers don't see you because there are no passengers. There's cargo. My ability to fly an airplane is not affected by the length of my hair or what I'm wearing. Yet, there are people who make these fucking assumptions. It's like, where do these assumptions come from? I'll tell you where they come from. They come from Victorian times when people were making constant judgments on people's wealth, on how they looked. Wealth. So if they looked old, they looked disheveled and unkempt, they were of low class. And those who looked clean and kept were of high class. though mentally a lot of them were not high class at all. Let's just say that. So it's like getting back to her thing. Okay, so I'll go on from where she said I know. Oh wait, here we go. I drugged up. My boyfriend had to cut his hair and shave his beard for his job. That's just the way it is for some professions. Boo. That's just the way it is for some professions. And why do you think that's just the way it is for some professions? Because people have acquiesced and allowed this to be an accepted thing. People, it's like she also later on brought this, talking about hawks, death hawks, right? They're not going to let you be in a bank if you're wearing a death hawk. They're not going to let you work for a bank if you have a death hawk on. It'll turn customers away.
It doesn't affect your work, though.
My response was this. I'd actually probably go to that bank because they let their workers express themselves how they wish, and they might perform better because they're not having to follow some stupid dress code or some look, some corporate look or something like that. Has anyone ever actually given thought to that? People, when they go to work, are miserable most of the time. A lot of people who go to work are miserable. They're having to follow the rules of the place. Now, conduct rules, totally understandable. Cleanliness rules, completely understandable. Clothing rules, fuck you. There is not a reason for it. And it's such an unimportant thing. And I will bet in the comments, I will get, why are you so worried about it? It's so unimportant. Well, if it's not important, then why are there rules for it? Really, think about that. I should be able to go to work like this. Well, not my job, because this would be destroyed. My hair would get caught in freaking machinery, and my belts would get caught on everything and scratch paint. That's not good. And these leggings, they would be shredded. So, no. I wear black coveralls and my hair tied back and stuffed into a hat. But that's because, not because I'm hiding the fact I have long hair. I don't want my hair caught in machinery. That would hurt. But the thing is, when I fly, none of this would come into play. Yet we're so hung up on uniforms and specific looks for stuff. We judge a person's ability by how they look. Now, in some cases, this could apply. But my look doesn't convey stupid. My look doesn't convey dangerous. My look conveys odd, not of the norm. Well, okay. Who am I hurting? No one. Now, would I go work for this cargo transport company dressed like this? Absolutely not. I wouldn't. I would keep my hair length. If I could wear some shadow, I might wear some shadow, but I definitely wouldn't go complete goth. And minimal jewelry, if any. And they do have a uniform, and I'd wear it. But on my time off, no, I wouldn't wear the uniform. I did that for 5 years for a paratransit company. Ugh. I was in the uniform 24/7. It sucked. I never want to do that again. Maybe that's why I'm so hung up on appearance and style, is because for 5 years at a paratransit company, my social life disappeared, and when I was out with my friends, I was in the bottom portion of my uniform because I was a road supervisor, and I could be called any time to go and respond to an accident or an incident involving one of our employees. And I was the only road supervisor there because they were too cheap to hire another one. So, and also you can probably tell by the things I'm talking about here, I'm no dummy. I'm not a dummy. I'm not a druggie. I don't do any of that stuff. And yet people will make those assumptions. And that, to me, needs to change in society. I don't know what you guys think. It'd be kind of cool if you guys would put down what you think, and you know what you're doing to change this. What are you doing to actually change this attitude, and that sort of thing. So before I go, let's get Amber's input.
Yes, I do have some input actually. Like I said before, that has nothing to do the way you look. Most of the time, like you said, like if you're gonna go to work, you wouldn't go in like how you dress now because it might get caught. So that's practical application. Like you wouldn't be a fireman and wear like
Right.
Obviously, there's some jobs where that's an issue. But there's lots of jobs where that shit doesn't matter, especially length of hair. Yeah, if you're around machines, yeah, you can put it up or something, ponytail, whatever.
Mhm.
But I've seen maintenance people. See, I actually think it'll be okay. I mean, you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But I've seen maintenance people who have had ponytails. I've seen people who worked in transportation with ponytails with long hair.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're like not even like dealing with people and it's a fucking plant. I mean, it doesn't make sense. And most of that stuff is like dumb social stuff too. But women have to deal with it too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's really annoying because me, it's really the way you work, like what you're expected to look like when you go to look for a job now. Obviously, I wouldn't be wearing a blue lipstick, even though that has nothing to do with my capability to do my job.
Right.
Luckily, right now I'm doing a job where it doesn't fucking matter. But you know, when you go look for jobs, you know, whatnot. But even if I tone down, look more businesslike, even some people are like assholes. Like if you wear a skirt as a female, like that's supposedly bad. You have to have a certain kind of hairstyle now, like professional hairstyle. My hair is not the easiest to work with. I like to use braids just because it's easier. I have wiry hair, where it's like short, kind of like medium length, and it's like done styled up all. I don't know. I guess it's fine. It's not my thing. And the thing that I want to cover is piercings. Nose piercings. It is okay for certain people to wear nose piercings.
Oh yeah.
If you're an Indian female, no one will ask you. I've been to hospitals and stuff, and I think it's great, but it's only the Indian women that wear the nose rings. Usually, I haven't seen. So, like you said, it makes you like, well, you know, maybe if I go as transgender, I can get away with this stuff. Well, it makes me think, well, maybe, you know, I can claim to be another race just so I can wear my shit. It's not fucking fair.
Nope.
It's not, you know, just let people do whatever. It's a sexist thing. The hair length and, like, even ear piercings. I know, like, back a long time ago, my first boyfriend, he got his ears pierced.
Mm-hmm.
And he worked at, like, fucking Save Mart and shit. And, like, he had to take him out for Band-Aid or whatever over him. And it's so fucking bullshit because none of the women had to do that shit.
Right.
But the males had to.
Right.
That's sexist. That should go away.
No.
If the women can do it, then the men should be able to do it. If it's not going to hamper your job if the women can do it.
Exactly. That is so true. That's a point that I forgot to go into.
Women
was if women can wear something, then guys should be able to wear it, and vice versa. So it's like when people say, well, what if people show up naked? Well, women can't show up to work naked now, can they? Women can't show up to work naked. Women can't show up to work wearing skirts that show off their goods. You can't do that. So why even make that argument? That's a dumb argument. That's a real stupid argument.
Dumb.
You know. But as she said, it is sexist. It's like at the paratransit job. Okay, I worked there for 5 years. For the first 3 years, drivers were permitted to, drivers were not permitted to wear shorts, but the women could wear skirts on hot days.
That's not fair.
So the male drivers had a choice, and that was to wear these polyester black pants on hot days in vehicles with leather seats.
Oh no.
This was not leather, vinyl seats. That's right. They were naugahyde, and they were sticky, and they were hot, and on hot days driving those things, it was horrendous. And we had this stupid rule that guys couldn't wear shorts, women could wear skirts. They could wear skirts whenever they wanted. I was damn near close to wearing a skirt to that stupid place on a hot day, and I would, you know, if they had gotten in my face about it, I would have been like, your rule is sexist. I am not sitting in a goddamn car on a hot, blistering day in these stupid polyester pants. you're letting women wear skirts, but guys can't wear shorts. And also, guys being limited to shorts is also stupid. Guys should be able to wear skirts or kilts as well, but that's me. Sexist dress codes should all be gone. They should be made illegal. Of course, that's people saying, you're infringing on the rights of the person that owns the business. That person is infringing on the rights of the people that work for them. And yeah, I always hear, this is the other argument I hear, well, it's their business. They can do whatever they want. No. This is fucking bullshit. I'm so tired of hearing this sort of thing. You don't have control over your employees, how they look, how they dress. You don't really have that control, and you shouldn't have that control. The only thing you should be able to control is how they work, how they get their job done, what methods they use to do that, and whether they're good customer service. I'll tell you something. Some of the best customer service people I have dealt with are punks. They were dressed like punks. They didn't act like punks, but they totally looked like punks. And they were the friendliest, most helpful people. This is at Home Depot. So a lot of these rules that we hear and these unwritten rules in society are bunk, you know, because like I said, at the Home Depot, the person who knew what they were doing, where stuff was a punk. And God bless him. You know, that was so cool to see a genuine punk at a store like Home Depot. Whereas the rest were slovenly looking individuals, like in blue jeans and long shirts. So, but I'm not basing their ability on what they wear. I'm just saying this individual knew their shit. So that's my take on the issue. Amber had her take, and would like to know what you people think. And please make comments, share.
Don't be an ass. Oh, sorry. They're going to be asses anyway.
And you can all be asses if you wish, but just don't be asses on the feed. That's all. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. Hello again. I screwed up. Bye.